Grand Rising Patriots, Starseeds and light workers, and of course our very brave military around the world. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, I want to go back a little bit to 2019 when Q posted, and Q hasn't been posting for some time now because of this reason. In 2019, Q and Commander Trump said that, don't get too comfortable. This is going to play out for another 6 years. So if you do the math on this, 2018, I think it was 2019, and he said, and they were already into it for 2 years. That's right. He was already into it for 2 years, or we were already into this craziness for 2 years, of what you see. We have another 6 years to go. That was on 2019, which now brings us to the summer of 2025, which that's what the Q military and Trump had given us a calm on. So we are in the end game. This is the end game here. And I'm going to remind you again, this is maybe not for the Patriots because you're probably already up on it. You're very sharp. And I'll get into that as well. But we're at a stage now where the fireworks are going to start July the 4th. Okay, this is what I'm able to decode. I believe that if there's going to be any action, it's going to be on the 4th of July or whatever else is coming. Now, it could be just a bunch of hype. I really hope so, but maybe they do need these false flag events, which they're going to blame on, either Israel or Iran, because now that they've been exposed, okay, and you have to understand, Trump cannot say a lot of these things, what he wants to say, so he has, a central casting crew around him, in the such persons of Candace Owens or, Tucker Carlson, or Joe Rogan. I mean, all these people are doing their jobs as maybe what they're told. So just remember that, they have exposed the two last evil ones, which was, in the world's eye, everybody kind of figured, it was Iran and stuff like this. Well, all he was attacking was the deep underground ancient tunnels that were trafficking human, and those days. And that's been going on for thousands of years there. And of course, the Mossad, which let's call them what they are, they're not CIA, they're Mossad, then their headquarters was Israel, okay? And that's all being exposed now, as you can very well see, all right? So these two are flaring up, and that's going to ignite or trigger any type of EBS lockdown or whatever the case may be, and it will be blamed on Iran and Israel. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Well, let's just stay on what I'm trying to say here. Let's finish it off. So this July is going to be the fireworks. There's going to be lots happening from here on end. So it's going to get pretty hairy and haywire, okay? I'm expecting, and everybody out there should expect this. That's coming, because this is the end game. These are the final moves that Mossad and the Tolas have left, okay? if they are not caught and whatever. But that's kind of where I'm at with that there. So I'm not going to give you rates and dates and stuff like that, but I'm thinking July the 4th is when it's going to start, okay? Now, going back, I want to clarify something here about Commander Trump. Going back to the, Israel's our friend, going back to the wall, praying on the wall with a little beanie hat on, all this stuff threw a lot of people off, okay? Now, let me just give you a crash course in the art of the war, okay? When you're in war or on the attack and you want to be covert about it, you have to show that you are upfront and friends with that enemy, not letting them know that you're going to take them down for what they represent. That's why he did what he did. That's why he cannot say the things that he wants to say. That's why you see, this convoluted distortion of him being in the 5/11 Trump being at NATO, along with all these other chaotic criminals, okay? This is all a distraction. And I know my patriots understand this because, and I'll get to you guys later, but I'm saying and keeping these videos going with these what ifs and showing you painting you a picture, so it's to wake up the NPCs and the sleepers and the people that are kind of waking up now. Now we do have a big shift going on this planet. There is a huge shift going on right now. And, with the sun coming out and just blasting us with high frequency waves and you getting out in the sun and getting that vitamin D, it's also energizing your body and healing your body as what it should be doing, instead of having it all fogged over with, chemtrails and the aluminum dioxides that they were throwing at us. Very, very sick people out there for a long time. But this is what we're seeing. That's why I say get out in the nature, get out in the sun. These are all very much healers. I was out in the sun yesterday finishing off my deck, and I came in and, because I was conscious of it, I felt a huge rush of energy and spiritual healing. So now, going back to Trump and this wall wailing thing, there you have to understand, he said he's leaving Israel to last. The last is the king. The king is is the center of Israel. They could not be touched. Okay, such as places as the CIA here in North America or other agencies around the world, they all could have been infiltrated, and they were over the years. Nixon did it, John F. Kennedy did it, Ronald Reagan did it, and so on and so forth. There was presidents out there that tried to infiltrate, and they did a good job of entering into the CIA when the likes of Casey and director of the CIA back then, but Casey and that other guy was always sneaking back to Israel to get orders, face to face from the king, from Mossad, okay? And they were the ones that were responsible for all the false flags, the North Carolina disaster, the Oklahoma bombing, the Orlando nightclub shootings, the Vegas shootings, the Lahana direct energy. All of that has been was all designed and executed by the Israeli regime over there. Okay, So now that Trump has been exposing, saying, these, he mentioned there the other day that these two countries have been fighting forever. And he says they've been fighting together for so long, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what he said. So these are comms that he's exposing the world to whatever. He cannot go out and say it. He has to show you, okay? This is the art of war. Not the art of the deal, it's the art of war. And he's putting them in positions to expose them because the old saying goes, and Q have said it right from the beginning, that humanity has to be shown and not told. If the global alliance would have gone out and started arrests on everybody, it would have confused the planet. They wouldn't have known. They thought it was maybe another coup takeover by rogue agencies and put Trump at Trump in the spotlight. That was not what the global alliance intentions were. Okay? This is a central casting as much as and as hard as people can get their heads around it. I know it's the whole very thought of it, having 250,000 actors out there, in placements of the original deep staters, it's overwhelming, and it might be stuff that people couldn't get their head wrapped around. But that's just the whole picture of it, because the magnitude of that there alone keeps it obscure, keeps it in hiding, just because it's just too far-fetched. But that's why they have gotten away with it for so long. And that's why the deep state and the Rothschilds and Mossad, that, the Rothschilds that created Israel back in 1947. And then, of course, in 1949, they created, Mossad and then the CIA, and it was all infiltrated. I mean, it was just, it was thrown right in our face, and we as humanity just accepted it because we had the vision of Israel being the country of Judaism and all this other stuff. But, in all actuality, they were taken over by the Khazarian mafia. And, you can say what you want about, regime, tyrants like Hitler and stuff like that, but he knew back then what was going on. But they painted him a picture, or, painted him looking very evil in the pictures that he did. And yet he was not after the Jews. He was trying to wipe out the Khazarian mafia. And a lot of this stuff is obscured, a lot of it's lies. And you're going to see when this all comes out that everything that you have learned through your lifetime was all a lie. Okay. It goes right back to now, even, people going to these electric cars because you're doing this new green thing and we're trying to save the planet. The planet needs carbon dioxide. Okay. If you have so much oxygen, in the air, there becomes, less plant life. If you have more carbon in the skies, it becomes more plant life. It's and we need oxygen, yes, but the plants need carbon dioxide. And that's just the way, nature works. So, we have to teach ourselves about what is fact and truth and what has been a lie. What have we been lied about? And you're going to see that once quantum comes out, which is Q, you're going to be able to follow the truth and start shedding off all the lies that you have been told. So we are in the end game. Okay, this is the end game, and I believe that that things are going to get wrapped up, not wrapped up, but we're going to be into this craziness for the month of July, starting July the 4th. And as predicted, as you were told, okay? And we're going to, there should be harmony and everything else, come into the fall. But, hang on to your hats because, it's going to get crazy. Anyways, my time is up. I'll see you on the next one.